Hi everyone. You can see I'm not long up out of my bed and I've got this idea in my head. It's been run through my head all night. I'm intending to make up a big batch of like chicken soup, and I want to add what we love in our chicken soup is this barley mix. I'll bring you down so you can see. It's just like a mixture of, get some in my hand and I can bring it up show you. So it's barley with a mixture of lentils and dried peas. It's a basic soup mix over here in Northern Ireland, and it's really good for bulking up soups. I'm just like the added texture and flavour. So I know this stuff, whenever you go to can it swells, and that's why it's not advised to put it into your mixes, but I'm going to do the after and rewind, if you know what I mean. I'm going to actually process this in I'm going to do a quart size, and I'm going to do a pint size. So I believe this is going to swell a lot because you only need like 1 cup of this in a big pot. So I'll bring it down and show you what I'm going to do. Okay, so in the pint size jar I'm going to put a half tablespoon. It's going into the pint, and I'm going to put a full tablespoon into the quart. Brought you back, you might be able to see if I bring the jars for you. Okay, so brought my jars over to the, just turn the slide on, see if it makes any difference. No, it makes it worse actually. I'm going to process them in my Instant Pot. I'm not going to run the canner for 2 jars, and this is just really my experiment. So old trusty cloth in the bottom of the Instant Pot, and going to lift my 2 jars in, and I'm going to put cold water in, 1/3 of the way up the tallest jar. So I'm going by the quart jar, and you want your water about 1/3 of the way up the jar, which I'm happy that is. And put my lid on. The help of I turned it on. I'm going to put my lid on. Check all my vents. Make sure your vents and all's okay when you're using this, okay? So I'm going to pressure cook. I'm going to keep warm off, and I'm going to process for 1 hour and a half. One hour 30 minutes at high pressure, and keep warm off. I'm just going to leave this now and do nothing with it. With most of my soups, I know the USDA in America had put out, like, if you're doing soups you do your own combination, and it's, I think it's 75 minutes, but it's half, your jars would be half meat and vegetables, and then half, or the rest of the jar is stock. But we like our soups a lot more chunky, more like a stew. So even though I'm making soups, I always use the meat times, because we're going to have meats in them anyway. So I just feel more comfortable processing that little bit longer, and I haven't had any problems so far. Fingers crossed this works. So I'll bring you back whenever I'm bringing the jars out, and we'll see how much this dried lentils and barley and peas has swollen, and I'll use this as a reference. So I'll write on my piece of paper, I'll write the size of the jars, and I'll write how much swelling I got from each jar, and I'll keep a record of the measurements I put in. Alright, I'll see you back here in 90 minutes. Okay, so this is nearly run its course of 90 minutes. We're down to the last minute, and once the beeper goes off, what I'm going to do now is just leave this for about 15 minutes until the little silver pressure valve goes down, and then I'll bring you back when I'm taking these 2 jars out. This is just my wee experiment to see what I can get away with putting in my soup. Okay, so this has been sitting for about 20 minutes or so. The little silver weight valve has fell down at the back, so now I know it's safe for me to open. Who knows, when you open your pressure cooker, take the lid off and hold it away from yourself. There's a lot of steam in there. These cans are sizzling away, so just let the steam get away first before you do anything. I'll just get rid of this lid. Okay, so this exciting bit. I'm just going to pop the jars out. And this is a little pint jar. And you can see how much the barley's taken up in the bottom of that, and that's only a half a tablespoon. So I'm going to let them sit here and cool down a bit, and then I'll get a true reading. I'm not actually going to lift that double one with that because I'm afraid of the jar slipping out of it. So I still have to get my proper heat-proof gloves for this. So I'm just going to do it gently with a cloth. Lift it up. It's very, very hot. And that's how much a tablespoon in a quart jar comes out to. So I'm going to let these sit for a while, give them a bit of a shake, and see if it settles down anymore. Well, I'll show you. That's the levels. So a pint jar, I know I can get away with a half tablespoon of this soup barley mix. The quart has got 1 tablespoon of barley mix in it, and that would be sufficient for these jars, I would imagine. So as I say, I'll let them cool down and give them a shake and try and get the barley to settle like level, and then I'll just use a ruler to judge how far up the jars this has went. I want to be making soup, but I don't want to be doing a lot of soup, putting barley in and taking a chance of the jars exploding or the lid's not sealing. So this is just my wee experiment. So I hope that made sense to you. I'm going to be making a load of chicken and vegetable soup up, and I want to be adding the barley. I don't want to be having a load of cooked barley on my shelf. Don't really fancy that idea. So hopefully this works. Just a wee idea of how you would work out your ratios of like lentils and pulses. So just go ahead and do 2 small, 1 jar of each pint size and a quart size, and run them through your Instant Pot. I mean, I'm not going to be eating this. This is going to be just for experiment. So a tablespoon and a half of dried barley soup mix is not going to be a big waste to me, and it'll give me peace of mind whenever I go to do my soup. So that'll be in a video to come. Alright, see you later. Bye guys, have a good day.